I kind of like grew up like hating myself and really resenting myself because that's just like what we would like learn in church, that like everything that we're doing is wrong.
I always feel like we are the outsider there, but I feel really at home in Drag Race.
I'm really a shy person. When I'm out drag, like I just want to hide.
I'm also still learning a lot about my Blackness as well.
My name is Mira and I work for Narcity, Canada. And my preferred pronouns are she, her. So before we get started today, do you have any questions for me?
Do I look amazing?
Yes, always.
No, I love Narcity. Let's do this.
How are you?
I'm good.
Honestly, I had 2 hours of sleep, but I'm having fun.
So I will get started with my first question for you today is a simple one. So what do you think makes Toronto's drag scene, unique or special, or something that people who don't know much about it should know about it?
Mm-hmm. Toronto is such a diverse and multicultural city, and that's so reflected in our drag. There's so many drag performers here, and it's such a diverse scene. Also, Toronto are some of like the hardest working queens in the country. We have drag here almost every night of the week. You can go out on Church Street and find a drag show anywhere. It's not like that in smaller towns. Like they only have shows like maybe like once a week or once a month. But here we're working it every single day doing what we call marathon drag. So we have like 12 numbers in a night. So we've got like some hardworking hustling queens, always having to bring new looks and competing with each other. So yeah, it's a very competitive scene here. And I think that really reflects in how diverse and elevated our drag is.
At some point in last week's episode, you all were talking about queer culture and it being taught at school, and you said something that caught my attention. So I just wanted to ask you about that. You said you had a lot of internalized homophobia growing up. Could you talk to me a little bit about this?
Yeah, so I grew up in a very religious family, and like we all know how like with religion and queer culture, they kind of clash a bit. So I kind of like grew up like hating myself and really resenting myself because that's just like what we would like learn in church, that like everything that we're doing is wrong. And through drag and meeting people in my queer community, I've learned to just love myself and accept myself. And if I didn't have the best support system at home, I found a good support system in my queer community.
You're the only one in the top 4 representing Montreal. How does that feel?
Amazing. We are such a different part of Canada. It's a really different community and culture too. So I always feel like we are the outsider there, but I feel really at home in Drag Race because even if I'm a French Canadian and English is not my first language, in the competition we had so much queen that English was not their first language. That is not even an excuse for me. So I was like, oh, I'm just equal as everyone there. It was a really good feeling to know that I was not alone in that situation. And to represent Montreal, this is my city. This is who I am. I love Quebec City. I love the Quebec culture. So if I can be the first queen that represent not only Canada, but Quebec too, it will be a dream.
You represent Ottawa, but you also represent the Philippines. So I just wanted to ask you a little bit about that.
A lot of people underestimate Ottawa very well, very much. Like a lot of them are just like, oh my God, it's a government city. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a boring city, but like that doesn't mean our drag scene is boring. We have amazing drag scene in Ottawa, and we have a lot of powerhouse in Ottawa. You could never send an Ottawa girl home because that's one of our specialty is to be a lip sync assassin. I feel so amazing and obviously honored to have this opportunity to represent the Asian community because I feel like we're still underrepresented in the mainstream media, and the fact that I get to be casted and being on the finale and actually like I did great on the show, it just like, show the world that like there's a lot of talented Asian queens out there.
What was one big takeaway from the show that you think you'll use for the rest of your career?
Definitely not to be too shy. When I got in the show, I finally came out of my shell and I really forced myself to be like, this is TV and you have to be this and this so that you're not dull on TV. And now that I did that, I was like, oh my God, I can't be so shy anymore because I feel like being shy all the time doesn't get me anywhere.
I would have never guessed you were shy at all. You were really
I
sweet.
know.
Of the
Thank you.
show.
But I'm such a shy person. Like I'm really a shy person. When I'm out drag, like I just want to like, hide. Like I don't even talk like this out of drag either.
So how did you push through that?
Just be who you are and be comfortable in your own skin. And don't care about what other people say. Live your life. We only have one life to live. Life is too pretty to not celebrate us. So we got to celebrate it every day.
How does it feel to be in the top 4 and representing your culture?
I feel so proud because I'm also still learning a lot about my Blackness as well. And I did say this on the show for the paint runway. There were so much people working with me in that process. And they were just, like teaching me about, the culture and my culture and my ancestors. And, I just learned a lot about my Blackness. I'm still learning a lot, but I just love to, just let my culture show. As if you see a Jada Hudson show, you know that I come from a Caribbean background. You know that, I have my African ancestors because I like that kind of music. So just representing the Black community, like, it's amazing.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Is there anything else that you wanted to add today?
Don't forget to always what? Turn up.
Support your local queen.
Stay fierce.
I am winning this crown, period.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more content just like this.